What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. If you guys already don't know, yesterday, the 29th, South Korea had its worst plane crash in decades. So I'm going to try and solve it, since it seems like no one else can. Now, I muted this first video because it has copyrighted music. Oh! That's pretty bad. But let's stop it right there. Let's look here. Pilots are trying to go up like this. Just look at my mouse, guys. Pilots are trying to go up like this. And out this way. Plane is trying to go out this way. Let's just say this engine right here is going at 25 going at 25 knots. Plane's going to keep going this way. And flaps aren't even down, so that's going to increase the speed. And landing gear is definitely not down, so that's also going to increase the speed. So it's a mechanical error. So maybe there was an electrical jam or something. But it is not the pilot's fault, because if you pause it right here, you can see the plane would not be at this angle if he's not pulling back. The only reason why it's not going up is because, one, the back is touching the ground, and secondly, there's no landing gear. And then it just lands. Physics works. It crashes. Whoa! Now, to get my claim so you guys can't yell at me, let's try and get this confirmed by an expert.
Bailey, he's an aviation expert. Hearing about that bird strike in the run-up to landing there, what more can you tell us about plane?
Okay, you must have needed a pterodactyl for that. Now, yes, the miracle on the Hudson was a whole flock of geese, but come on. And if it was pilot error, you must have thought the pilot was on crack. If he was jamming, if he was aiming for that wall. Anyway, let's listen to these Australians.
Planes and bird strikes, how frequent are they, and how bad do they need to be to actually cause an accident?
Pretty bad.
Yeah, well, the ditching of the A320 with Captain Sully in the Hudson, that was caused by a bird strike, but that was a big flock of geese. I'm not sure what birds you have flying around in South Korea, but my own personal feeling is that it was not really a bird strike, because this aeroplane appears to have landed with its undercarriage up, which suggests that it had a major hydraulic problem. And normally when you have a hydraulic problem, like, for example, the gear doesn't go down when you lower it on about a 10-kilometre final, if you don't get your three greens to indicate all three wheels are down and locked, then you go around and you enter a holding pattern and you use the emergency procedures to lower the gear. It can be lowered manually. But this aeroplane landed, the runway is 2.8 kilometres long. It's a new runway, only 17 years old, very wide. The weather appeared good, and the plane was going at a very high speed, skidding along on it, basically on its engines and fuselage. And the flap did not appear down either. So a big mystery. A lot of questions got to be answered here as to what on earth was going on. Why would you touch down so far down a major international airport runway, and why were you going so fast? So a lot of questions.
Yeah, as you say, a lot of questions to determine whether there was a problem with the plane, whether there was an issue indeed with board. Much too early to know any of that. Yes. Watching though, 2 plane crashes in less than a week. One in South Korea.
Yeah, there was one in Kazakhstan on Christmas Day, and then there was one yesterday.
This one, the other one in Kazakhstan. Of course, they're very different situations. But should passengers be worried?
Yes. Yeah,
No,
no.
I mean the one in Kazakhstan was an Embraer 190. It's
That doesn't
made
change
in
it.
Brazil. It's different airplane altogether.
Nah.
The Boeing
Yes, it is.
737-800, which this airplane was in Korea, it's the world's most popular aircraft.
It's the most popular aircraft. And look at this tail section, guys. Look how messed up that is.
So naturally, of course, if all major airline aircraft have the same rate of accidents per thousand, then the Boeing 737 will feature a little more since it's so popular. But I've flown Airbus and Boeing 777. My son's flown Boeing 737-800, and we had a talk about it. It appears like there was some hydraulic problem
Thank you.
as far as we're concerned because he didn't have his undercarriage down. And the other reason or question is standard procedure is you would enter a holding pattern and you would do the emergency gear lowering. You would work out the new speed, check your fuel, have air traffic control standing by with all the...
Thank you. See, guys, I'm not driving myself insane. Like, I will make a video if I'm wrong. But other than that, if I'm not wrong, you guys will come back to my channel. And please, comment. You were right. Because you'll probably know before I do. But I have a feeling that I'm going to try. The Jeju air crash was caused by mechanical failure. They either had some kind of mechanical failure. It cannot have been a bird strike or a pilot error. Because the pilot tries to pull up. You can obviously see that in the video. It's not that hard. Now, I might be wrong, and I will make a video saying I am wrong if this comes to be that it was not mechanical failure. But until then, I have solved this. This is Cam Jim saying that he has solved an air crash with common logic and physics in Newton's 3 laws of motion, where a object in motion will stay in motion until acted upon another force, which aka was the fence. Until then, guys, I will see you guys in the next video. That's hopefully not going to be so sad. I present my condolences to all the families. Bye.